and welcome to the Nexus for a Star Trek Starship news update. Now I haven't done one of these for a while. I've only ever done one before, so I think it's important that I do this one. So there was a lot of information over the weekend from Star Trek Destination. I'm going to be looking here because I've written it all down and I can't remember all of it off by heart. I know this is a Star Trek news thing, but I just want to do two things that Ben was asked at the event. So Ben Robinson, the creator of this and a lot of the collections with it. It was confirmed that the Marvel movie figurine collection that's out has been extended, and I don't know the numbers on that. All I know is that it's been extended, and so has the Doctor Who figurine collection as well. That's been extended to 200. I know that one. Not too sure on the Marvel one. But let's dive in to the Star Trek news. So I just want to firstly point out a few things. So firstly, the Star Trek graphic novels, which I have a few just here. I don't collect them. I didn't collect all of them. I've got a few here. I've actually got some coming as well in a video that's coming up later on in a couple of months' time. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you subscribe and all that malarkey. But we'll be having a look at them. But the Star Trek graphic novel series has been cancelled. Not too sure on what number they're on at the moment. All I know is that it's been cancelled. There are some coming out. There are still some coming out. So it's not been immediately cancelled. I know there's some issues still to come out. But they were cancelled due to soft sales. I, for one, that doesn't surprise me. Because the graphic novels don't really appeal to a lot of people. I know a lot of people buy them, obviously, but not enough. I obviously picked up a few, and I've picked up a few more. I'll do a video on that. I've obviously explained that. But I've done. I've got a few there. But a lot of these companies, a lot of these artwork companies, a lot of these book companies do these sort of things. I mean, over the last couple of years, we've had the Avengers graphic novel, the X-Men graphic novels, the Judge Dredd graphic novels, the Transformer graphic novels. So it seems like the thing, the DC one, we've had lots. I suppose they must be popular to some people. They're not to me. I know they've also had problems with the graphic novels as well, with how they were printed out, whatever was wrong. Anyway, they've been cancelled due to soft sales. That's what Ben said. Also, as well, the Star Trek busts. Now, I did get one as a competition win, which is I don't know if you can't see it. It's up there. It was Wolf, and I did a review on that, so you can check that out as well. But the Star Trek busts have also been cancelled as well. Now, I don't know going forward if there's any more to come out. I know someone asked if they were going to do the Red Angel as a bust. They may do as a one-off, but as it stands, the Star Trek busts are cancelled. So I don't know if they've got any more in the pipeline, but they were cancelled also due to soft sales. Also not surprising. Once again, they don't really appeal to... I mean, I reviewed the Lieutenant Wolf one, which was really, really good, actually. It was excellent. It just doesn't appeal to me. And obviously, as well, the Star Trek busts are online. I know they're trying to move a lot of stuff, so it's online Pacific, so you can't pick it up in the shops. You can only do it online. Whether that hurt sales or whether people just didn't want them, sales were soft, and they've been cancelled. But like I said, it's not a real surprise to me that that's happened. But obviously that's happened anyway. I know there were ones coming out. I think they've got Burnham coming out, and maybe some other ones. I would imagine they will still come out, but going forward, it's been cancelled. Now the Star Trek Starship news. So the Star Trek Starship collection, the main collection, so the one numbered 1 to whatever 180. Now we know So the standard Star Trek Starship Collection is ending at 180. They are going to still continue doing the bonus ships and the specials. I would imagine that would probably rely on. So yeah, like I was saying, I think it would mainly go on how they sales do, because obviously they won't be in the shops. These ones will be online only. So I think price and a willingness for us to buy them will be paramount. I think there's a willingness from us all to buy them. It depends on what ships that they're doing. Stuff going forward, other collections as well. So we just have to wait and see. But 180 will be the last one. Here on the Nexus, we're going to do best of. So make sure you click to subscribe. So once we get to 180, I'm going to do a best of the collection. I'm going to do loads of different videos. So make sure you click for that, because I have all of them. I will have all 180. So it'd be worth checking them out. I also got some Discovery models as well, as you can see. Yeah, so the Star Trek Starship Collection ends at 180. Eagle Moss also at the event previewed, which was announced back in San Diego as well, but we actually got our first look at the first two, and they had a prototype there as well, which is the Star Trek Online Starship Collection. So Star Trek Online is a online game that you can get on PC, PS4 and an Xbox. It's a free game, a free MMO game. So it's an online one that you can go around, walk around. And they are going to be producing the ships from that. I don't know what's... we know the first two ships. I don't know whether they're going to be in the newsagents or whether they're just going to be online. It's due for release in Q2 of 2020. And I just want to point out that Q2 is actually when the standard Star Trek collection ends. So that ends in June time. So I would imagine that this one will come out just after that or just before it ends. So around those sorts of times. So it looks like they're getting rid of one and replacing it with another. It's going to be interesting going forward. Now the two ships I've seen that they're both in the Star Trek Online levies, and not in the Star Trek series levies. Also as well, there's a lot of Star Trek online ships that we've already had in the standard collection, so it would be interesting to see if they reproduce them going forward in the online levies. There's a lot of alien ships and a lot of Starfleet ships in that, so there is quite a lot there, but obviously everything all depends on sales. All we know is that there's obviously issue 1 and 2, and we don't know really more than that we know is 1 and 2. Obviously there's going to with the Star Trek Online, I think they said that there's going to be at least 10. Like I said, whether they're going to be online or out in the shops or every fortnight, I'm not too sure. I've tried looking around, and the information is that it's going to be at least 10 ships, and it's going to be released in Q2 of 2020. So it looks like they're getting rid of one Star Trek Starship collection and basically replacing it with this online one. For me, I don't know. I might pick up some, but I probably won't pick up a lot of them. Because obviously I've got 180 of the Star Trek ships. The Star Trek Picard Starship Collection. It's going to be the same size as our Discovery ships, which I've got along up here. So it's going to be the same size as them. XLs as well, they're going to be obviously bigger. I think they're going to be like the specials. They're going to be coming in about a year. So about this time, or maybe early 2021, we'll start seeing the Picard ships. Because obviously I've still got to get the CGI, I've still got to do other stuff as well. And the series hasn't even come out yet, but obviously they're right on the ball, Eagle Moss, with this. But they are going to be in the Discovery size, so they are going to be bigger. Price, I don't know. They normally put their prices up every year or so, so I would imagine they're going to be around the £35 to £40 mark. Think of that what you will. For me, I don't know. It depends on what the ships are like on the series, but going forward, I probably won't do them. Obviously, as well, we've got the animated series Lower Decks. They are going to be ships from that. They've said that, but they will be a year after they've released the Picard ones. So we're getting more into 2022 now for them. Once again, no one's seen any of the ships from that. Series not been released, so I can't say if I'm going to pick them up or not. With the Picard, I don't know. I've picked up quite a lot of the Discovery ones, but there's still quite a few I'd like, and still quite a few I haven't got. But there you go. I'm trying to read here now. The USS Emmett Trill. Now that was a ship that they done for the Star Trek Deep Space Nine documentary that recently come out. And if they were going to do season 8, this was like a concept ship. It was due to come out as a bonus in the normal Star Trek Starship Collection, but it's not. It's getting redone in the Picard ship Levy sort of bodywork on it. Don't know if it's going to be standard size or they're going to make it into a Discovery sort of size. I've looked around, don't know about that, but it has been a little bit postponed, that ship coming out, but it is coming out. Planet of the Titan ships don't really interest me, but I know there was a lot of people asking about them. They apparently are coming, but they've been put on the back burner. It's all to do with the Adam estate, something to do with 007 as well. But they're trying to get the Adam estate grants that can grant them to make it. It's on the back burner. They still want to make it. It all depends on what they say. But I mean, this has been going on for longer than a year now, so take that how you want to. Obviously, Eagle Moss are eager to make them, but it's up to them whether they do. So there is that. They said they may do battle damaged ships. If they do, they will be in the XL size because of getting the detail right on them. So things like the Year of Hell and battle damaged ones from the series and stuff like that, like Defiant and stuff like that. If they ever do make them, they may, remember the word may, you may fall down today or you may not. Just remember that they may make them, so they may never come out. They may do. For me, I won't get any battle damage ships. I don't see what the fascination is with them. I always like my ships to be clean, as it was, but they are obviously thinking about doing them. Now the Star Trek Comic-Con or convention exclusive this year was a cloaked Defiant ship. So it was like a see-through plastic Defiant. They were asked if they were going to do any more. They said they may do more of them. So they may do a Klingon Bird of Prey and the Romulan ships as well. Anything that has a cloaking device as well. They also was asked about the Yorktown Starbase in Star Trek Beyond. Far too complicated. I knew that. I don't know why it was asked. It was asked. I knew it was going to be so far too complicated for them to make. Also, as well, that they're not going to make a Borg cube in a special size or a smaller size for the standard Star Trek collection. They said that's not going to happen, even though a lot of people have asked for it. That isn't going to happen. So we are stuck with the light one, which I actually have up there, and the ones that we've got, and we're not getting any more of them, so that's fine. We can move along from that. Also, background Deep Space Nine, Frankenstein fleet. I think it's there is some ships to come. They won't make it into the 180 issues. but they said they may plan on bringing them out as sort of a web shop exclusive bonus or a special. They said most of the movie stuff now to come out. So the Soren ship, the Scorpion fighter, will all come out now as specials. So most of the movie ships now will be specials coming out, special ships as coming out as specials and bonus ships, which obviously they're still planning on bringing out after the issue 180 finishes. Once again, I don't know. I mean, it's the Trek Starship Collection has been their most popular, and I mean their most successful collection for Eagle Moss. So they're really hesitant to sort of sort of stand on it, to keep it alive, and I think they've done a good job over the years. But moving stuff online, I think, limits some people that collect it, even doing a subscription service for that. So with the bonuses and the specials being online only, I don't know how sales are going to do. I'm hoping they'll do really well, and we get the ships. We get all the ships that we want, and ones that they haven't done in the series, which is what they're saying going forward. So the ones they've missed out on, they will probably bring out as specials and bonus ships. For me, that's okay, but it for me, it's price point. I mean, at the moment, I think they're like $19.99 or $16.99 for a bonus. That's quite a lot of money, really, for the size that we're getting, that we originally used to pay £10 for. We're now paying nearly 20. And I know money changes going forward, but I would imagine that put quite a lot of people off the price. Obviously, they do a load of discount codes for their website and stuff like that, so that helps. But I still think that's very, very pricey for what it is. Also, stuff was mentioned as well about doing the Enterprise E in the Nemesis Levy, so a much darker colour than the lighter one that we got. They said no, that's not going to happen, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. Also, as well, the build, the Enterprise D. Yes, I'm so into this. If you watch my channels, obviously I've built the DeLorean. I'm building the T800 at the moment. Check those videos out. And I'm also going to be doing Ecto 1 from Eagle Moss as well. So make sure you click subscribe, because I'll be doing that. But the most thing I was most excited about this year was finding out that they were going to do a part work build the Enterprise D. Wow. I will sell it all to get that. That is just amazing. I was so excited about that. Though there was huge problems with it, I was still excited for it to come out, even with the huge problems. They've now recognised that there's huge problems with it, took it away. They're redesigning it as we speak. The process is very, very slow. All he would say was that it's going to get a launch soon. That's all he said. So you can take that as it is. Soon, for me, is I just have to wait. But I know some people might see soon as next year, but not early next year. I would imagine that it's going to be sort of towards the end of next year, I'm hoping. So I'm really excited for that when it comes out. Definitely be getting that. Also was asked, would they be doing the Enterprise refit from Star Trek The Motion Pictures as a build, just like the Enterprise D? The answer was, if the Enterprise D goes well, then yes, they would. That's what they got from that. So we could get two part work builds, one after the other. I would imagine that the Enterprise D will probably take about 2 years to build, just like a lot of the other builds. So after that, we may end up actually getting the Enterprise refit from the motion picture, which would be cool as well. I'll be getting that. So I'll be putting them somewhere. I don't care where I'm going to put them. They are coming. They are coming. But that was quite interesting to know that they are, if sales go good for the Enterprise D, then they will do another Star Trek part work build. So that's quite good to know as well. Also, there was talk about them doing a shuttle binder. So the binders for the shuttle books, which are a lot smaller than the standard books, yes, they are coming as well. So just to make sure that people know that that's coming. Also was asked whether they were going to do, similar to their Star Trek ships, would they do real world NASA ships? They are considering it. They are thinking about this. So they could do like the NASA shuttles and the lunar modules and all that sort of stuff. So they are deeply considering that. And that is it really. There was quite a lot of information that came out there. Video's gone on for quite a while, but I think it's worth getting out all this information as we've found it out and as we've known about it. But yeah, the main thing I got from it was the Star Trek Starship Collection, the main line, will end at 180, but they are going to still continue doing the bonus and the specials from that as well. Just before I go as well about the XL ships. Now the XL ships were originally only going to be about, they were only going to make, I think, about 6 or 7. It got extended to 22. And they announced up to 22, and there was no announcement of it being extended or what. So, also as well, the XL line looks like it's ending. The 2 last ones are the XL Discovery, which is issue 21, and issue 22 is the XL Shinzo, which we've already had. So it'd be interesting to see if they continue it after it, but it doesn't look like it. They said they were only going to make 22. They only announced 22 at the convention. They didn't announce any more. They didn't say there was any more plans or anything like that. So I would imagine that's sort of going to end as well. But that's all the information coming out of that, out of Star Trek Destination. The only other thing is that I went a couple of years ago. I missed the last 2. I will be definitely 100% going next year, which is at XL in London in November. I'll be definitely doing that. I'll be doing loads of videos on that, so make sure you subscribe and follow us for our journey next year. Lots coming next year anyway. But I'm really excited for some of the stuff to come out. I'm excited to see how the Star Trek Online ships turn out. Excited to see Lower Decks and the Picard series as well, and how the ships come out about that. But it looks like to me that Eagle Moss are slowing down on their Star Trek stuff and what they're producing. And that's it really. Thank you for joining me and listening, and while I rabble on about what's going on. I know it's been quite a while I've been rabbiting on, but I need to get all the information out so everyone knows what's going on with everything. Like I said, the most exciting things for me is the Enterprise part work build. I'm really excited for that, so hopefully very next year sometime. And the fact that they're considering doing another one after that is even more good for me. But that's the most exciting information. I know, I'm such a geek. Coming out of that, thank you for watching. Make sure you click to subscribe, like this video, and we'll see you at the next one.